Well, I hope you enjoyed that countdown of 2 seconds because I didn't hit the live button. I was something weird was going on over here. I don't want to, I can't explain, but it would happen. 2 second countdown. Did you know that the 30-second I can hit go live at any time during the 30-second count? Like I could literally 10 seconds. It doesn't have to be the full 30. Jump in, the water's warm here. You might tinkle though. Hello everyone, I'm Allison. Welcome to my weekly meltdowns coverage of the Traitors, season 3, episode 4, Traitor versus Traitor recap. Legends were made. Well, Legends of Legends is made and stuff. This was a great episode. I don't want to ruin it by talking too much. Too late. But anyway, guys, with me tonight, Andrew, Aaron, Jackie, everybody. Tyler is not here tonight. He's in the bathroom. Because when he's not here, he's in the bathroom.
The whole time.
The whole time. There's not a countdown for that.
I've been there. It's a place.
Aaron, are you okay?
Yeah, my colon is clear. They found
colonoscopy was good.
Wrong.
I know last week we kind of.
I guess I just had a freak colon infection. I don't know what it was when I had it back in Thanksgiving, but my colon is clear, and now I know what it looks like.
That is amazing. Yeah. You know what? I love it. Did they show you the pictures?
Oh yeah, I have the pictures in a folder.
We're good. We're good. I think we're good.
I love it.
I'm not showing that on air.
Hey, look, hold on to it till we get off there. Listen, I love it because my when I had my deviated septum fix in March of last year, like other people do. My doctor and I are so in sync. I've seen the pictures of my surgery and he showed me a clip of the video and I am intrigued. I want to be a ear, nose, and throat doctor. I'm invested. I want to do it. Let's do it. Can you imagine?
I feel like you'd be a great ear, nose, and throat doctor.
You'd be a great doctor in general, especially a psychiatrist.
I would love to get a diagnosis from Allison.
If I'm diagnosing you, better check my license and if it's expired or it's been revoked. I'm actually looking into becoming a licensed therapist, by the way. I don't mean to brag, but I will. That's another show. I am doing it. I'm doing it. It's time to make a life change, and I'm doing it.
That sounds traitorous, which would lead us right into tonight's episode.
And Tyler in the chat, how's it going in the bathroom? Yes, let's get into the episode. Let's get out of our butts and get into the what's.
So, we start the episode back in the bar with the scene of the bookcase.
Lord.
Yeah.
So, which ended up being a big deal and then got brought back up at breakfast. But what were our thoughts on the catching of the bookcase and how they played that off and all of that kind of stuff?
Gabby was really, really smart. She knew that if she would have done any more poking, that she would have gotten in trouble. I feel like Gabby, for me, had that one moment brought her up another notch for me as a game player. I was really respectful of the fact that she was like, I'm not going to dig too deep. I'm going to make a mental note of these people, but I'm not going to do anything more, because she could have easily been a target after that.
I like the way they brushed it off as, haven't you guys seen the like this is a no-brainer. Everyone knows about this bookcase. Honestly, I didn't remember. But it's like, but who's shocked at that? I can't remember. And so I like the way that was brushed off. And they kind of went with it. Yeah.
I don't think it's done. I think it's going to get brought back up. I think that it was definitely a setting place of this is a suspicion. But then when you had so many people that entered the room, I think that they left track of, okay, well, we don't know when the room opened and who the initial people were in it. And so I think that this is something that definitely will get brought back up. It wasn't made as big of a deal as of right now as it should be, but I think it will be. Aaron, do you have any thoughts on the Bookgate scandal?
Yeah, I think, this episode was an episode of that was a choice. But I think the one decision that I did agree with Danielle making was going back in the room
with
as
Dylan.
people that were perceived to be at least trusted more, like Dylan, or people that could corroborate the story. Like, hey, we were in the room, but like I didn't see Danielle do anything.
Mm-hmm.
We were in there. This is what happened. We were just in there. So I think, lingering at the scene of the crime long enough to like cover the tracks, hey, you did see me, but I went there with Dylan. We did blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And, with the fog of memory, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I guess she must have been with Dylan, because she's not going to know who Danielle was, but she just heard Danielle's voice. So,
yeah.
But what? I mean, yeah, you're playing a game and everything, but like, I don't go into big houses in the study and just start, just touching the books to see what happens. Like, oh, what is this? Look at these. I don't just rub the books down. I'm not rubbing, off the books. And it's like.
So what do you rub down in those houses then?
My.
Oh, wow.
That has to do with my feet and fans only. And
Maxim Smirkovsky from last season.
But anyway, I'm just saying that it just is weird because you have to kind of explain how you came across that. Like, what were you doing? Massaging the books and you found the lever. Hello, Bean and Mary, Doodah 444.
For sure. So it was a moment, but it wasn't a big part of the episode. But we talk about choices.
I disagree. It was a big part because it was the first domino that caused all the BS to happen after. It was when we started seeing Mafioso Rob peek up and Carolyn again be snuffed. Danielle is trying to like, oh my gosh, let's get my targets, and Bob the Great Drag Queen.
Which brings us to the choice of Jeremy, which is where I think that escalates. Right? Like, I think that escalates. I don't agree with the death of Jeremy there. I think Jeremy was going to look suspicious. I think that he was going to dig his own grave in the same regards. I think he was someone you could throw a target on. I don't understand why we're getting rid of bigger names when the smaller names are the ones that float in this game specifically. You want the big targets to be targets above you. I don't understand the Jeremy. And to be fair, his goodbye message like broke my heart in 14 million different ways. But the highlight of this is not Jeremy, in my opinion. It's what JP was going on. It's Carolyn being snubbed yet again.
I so relate to Carolyn being snubbed. Yeah. I know exactly what that is like in gameplay and in life. It's just like nonstop. Nobody listens, man. They just don't. I'm like, Carolyn, girl, I feel you. Trust me.
I mean, she has really good insights too.
Yes,
she's throwing out really good names. I don't know if I can peg her as like one of the smartest players in the house, but because she is kind of a big personality, she's socially aware, and I think that they're just like completely glossing over her because of her. I don't want to typecast maybe from her season.
It could be, but listen, I just want to bring up real quick, Frank. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click on this earlier, but he said Bob, the drag queen, admitted also being in the room, and he was confirmed to be a traitor, so it should be revisited because maybe that'll come up next week. That's a good point, Frank. Who was he in the room with? You've got to go back and revisit that.
Which he wasn't in the original. Like, it was Carolyn and Danielle originally, and then it kind of tapered off into that. So I don't know if that was ever brought up. I need to go back and watch that now, Frank. So thank you for bringing that up because I need to see if he said anything else about who he was in the room with.
I don't think he mentioned who he was with, but I do think to Frank's point, someone is going to be like, oh, well, Bob was a traitor and he said he was in the bookshelf room. So who else was with him? And I think there's gonna be people who are trying to put this stuff together. And but I think that Rob is probably going to be like already 2 steps ahead. He's going to try and snuff that by like making Dylan his golden boy, making him his pet like he does in every show he plays.
Dylan, I mean, what is this with him and younger men? But anyway, that's not the thing. But Dylan Efron really is great. He's doing great. He's snuffing it out. And down there in the room with Danielle, man, Danielle, I felt like was acting too shocked and confused.
Yeah.
And I really, man, but I was a little, okay, as much as I loved Rob in this episode, I have a problem. I have a problem with how angry he got and how assertive he became when they had to go retrieve heads, and Bob, the drag queen, made the what did he say? I think that one of the new guys should have gotten head because they're new.
He calls out.
It was after the challenge was over.
The challenge ended, and he said the 3 new guys got the immunity, or the 3 new guys got the shield.
But didn't Rob kind of come, like the way he kind of just gunned, to me, immediately would have gone, if it were just me, Rob's the traitor. And then when you had the clash of the Titans at the round table between, I'm sorry, I call him BTDQ. Bob the drag queen, TDQ.
Queen
I call TDQ and Rob were facing that clash of the Titans. It really, like, to me, if I was sitting back, I would be thinking, these two traitors are really digging into each other, huh? And I probably would have said it.
Honestly, I would have said it too at the table. I would have been like, so Bob, I guess it takes one to know one. Is that what you're saying? Y'all know.
And I think, again, this comes back to the death of Jeremy and to Rob and to what I said last week. Being accused is a part of the game. And the fact that Danielle wants to eliminate Jeremy just because he said her name, and the fact that Rob wants to take Bob the drag queen out just because he said his name. That's not how the game of the Traitors is played.
No.
He isn't Survivor.
You look back in Danielle and you should be like, Jeremy survived. If I was a traitor, I would be killing him because he's trying to get me out. You continue this feud. Like, Rob should have put the target on Bob the drag queen without taking out Bob the drag queen and let that go. Like, I feel like he could have taken that feud another 2 to 3 weeks or days or episodes and kept both of them safe for a little longer, and then it came down. Because there's no doubt in my mind that no matter when Bob and Rob face off, Rob's winning, right? Like, it didn't matter if it was this week or next week. I think Rob wins that battle almost every time. Not because Rob's necessarily better than Bob, but Rob has the numbers that Bob doesn't have.
Yeah, that's it.
And Bob's already gotten more suspicion on him from people like Dylan than Rob had. So I don't hate the move that Rob does. I just think it's too early.
Yes, I agree.
And how about that bad actor comment? Am I the only one? I couldn't help that. I just thought, no, TDQ, no. I was like, don't attack Zac Efron. Listen, have you seen Iron Claw? Have you seen Iron Claw? That man transformed himself. There's a lot going on.
Stick to the status quo.
There's a lot. But I think he did great in Iron Claw. I just thought that was that was a little below the belt in the taint. Okay.
It was very below. You're right.
Yeah.
But I also think that we need to go back a little for Rob to make the decision. Is there was a lot of names being thrown down in that round table. Like, I don't think Rob had to do that, especially with the Dylan already being on there. Like, the Nikki Bella movement would have been a great play to get them. I'm not ready to go there, King.
I disagree. Fully.
Because Rob surviving, Dan didn't. I'm interested. The only difference is I think he's awoken the beast with Danielle. And that's when Rob should have backed off. When Danielle said no, is when Rob shouldn't have been the one. He should have either let Dylan initiate it or backed off. And I'm really excited to see the square down between Danielle and Rob now. Because, yes, Rob beats Bob every time, but Bob the drag queen is not as strategic as the Danielle Reyes. And I'm excited to see that come to a head.
I got a question for y'all. Can y'all tell me what Danielle is capable of in this situation now that Rob has crossed her?
Okay.
You need to watch
I mean, there was a
season
lot that I had wanted to back up and go over, but to answer your question, I think this inadvertently actually helps Danielle because I think if I'm in the castle, I'm assuming that probably somebody from some type of gamer is a traitor. Just based off of the mix of the cast. Doesn't have to be Survivor, but it could be West from the Challenge, anybody. And I feel like the fact that if Danielle is able to turn this around and call out Rob and get Rob voted out, they might be like, okay, that must have been the traitor that was a gamer. It might have less heat on her if she's able to kind of back off from what she was doing and become more like cold and calculated. I feel like if the switch turns on and she's like more more Black Widow-ish in how she operates, I feel like maybe this was the wake up call that she needed to kind of get Rob, but also lower her threat level or obviousness as a traitor, I should say.
Yeah.
If she plays it right, because she could still play it wrong, but that would be the quote unquote benefit I would see for her.
But in same regards to what we were just saying, timing is key, and she needs to sit on it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose two traitors back to back, and I think that's where we're going to be going with. And Tyler makes a great point. It's very high risk, high reward, but we've seen that's the Boston Rub way, right? Like that's what Boston Rub does.
Yeah. The Danielle question, real quick. She's from Big Brother 3, and that's 2002, and that is still when Big Brother they were not sequestering the jury, which
they did it because of Danielle.
She lost, Jackie B. When people got voted out, they went home and they got to watch the entire season.
Everything.
So they got to watch the moves Danielle made against her. They got to watch what she said in the diary room. She was the best player, and she's capable of just as strategic as moves as people you've seen play in modern Big Brother. She is, in my opinion, one of the greatest players to never win.
To me, she's one of the reasons why the game really, changed and evolved after 2002, because of someone who should have won they started sequestering the jury and stuff like that. But she also exhibited a cold-blooded kind of shell, and she's really good at that. It kind of laid the blueprint for how a female player, in my opinion, could go far in the game of Big Brother. No showmance, no bullshit, none of that stuff. But she really laid a very good blueprint and foundation. Now, you don't see that anymore because we are now casting people in Big Brother that were born in 2002. So it's, you just don't, see it.
She also played very well in All Stars. She also played very well in All Stars.
Oh, yes. I keep forgetting about All Stars. How far did she make it in All Stars? Sixth? Yeah.
She just never had the numbers in All Stars, and that was ultimately her outdoing. And she just never was on the right side.
And Gorilla Companion makes a good point. She is a player on par with a Dr. Will or a Boston Rob, as capable as they are being strategic and savage. This is very true. I am so supportive of the Traitors mixing the cast and really bringing back some old school players. I think it's amazing. And I think my biggest thing with Carolyn is when she and Danielle were kind of a little combative with each other, and Carolyn kept saying, "You've never played this before. You've never played this game. This isn't Big Brother." It doesn't matter. She came in second to a game she had never played before, and this was only the 3rd season out of 25 so far. So think about that. for a minute. Yeah.
Is Danielle gonna be able to be one of the people who's not afraid of Rob? Because I feel like what's gonna happen here is because of this fake town hero thing that's going on right now, or I think it's fake, but because of this whole Rob helped us get rid of a traitor, and someone's going to flip, like I saw in the comments, someone's going to flip and be like, well, Rob clearly knew that Bob was a traitor, so is he a traitor?
Derek and Danielle.
But do you think that Wes and Danielle, they're going to be able to get enough people to be as mad as them and not be afraid of Rob? Because I've seen that in so many other games that people, I don't know if it's an act or if it's real, that people get just like afraid of Rob. I want to take Rob on in the Big Brother house. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm not afraid either. And here's the thing. I don't really get intimidated by men like him. And that's because we're the same age. And I don't care. I'm almost 48. And it just, I'm getting to the point in my life where the filter is really, really dirty. And there's no cleaning it anymore. It's just, I'm in that old lady grandma realm. And it's just coming out like diarrhea. But I wouldn't do anything to F up my game, but I would work with someone like Rob, but I would at my first opportunity, if I knew I could pull it off and do it, I would cut his throat to the bone. I'm not talking a little slice. I'm going all the way through. This is beheading by vein. Okay? Because look, didn't Danielle convince Marcellus to use the veto on someone else?
Yeah, so absolutely.
Yeah.
JB, to answer your question, I think absolutely 100%. I would compare Danielle to someone to a Cherie.
Okay.
Right? I think she's I'm going to stand up. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not scared of anyone. You're not going to step on my toes. I don't care who you are. I think the equivalence in Big Brother and Survivor, and I guess it's weird because Cherie played both. But I also feel like that was a different game for Cherie because of Jared being there, right? So I think that you don't see the real full out there. But as far as initial season to initial season, I truly think that is that comparison. And I don't think Danielle gives a F who you are. If you step in the way of her goal of winning this game, you're in trouble.
She was around before he was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
Maybe by you. Maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking.
Same time.
Same time. Okay. Because I know the first All-Stars in Survivor was 2004, right? Yeah. So, I knew something?
Yeah. Marquesas would have just ended before Big Brother 3 started. In terms of being aired.
What?
But we don't get the real Boston Rob until All-Stars.
No, we don't. Yeah. So, yeah.
The Boston Rob that we know now as
Danielle would have come out before that point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Boston Rob Marquesas is not Boston Rob All-Stars in any shape, form, or fashion.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Danielle Reyes is very influential on Survivor because it's because of her performance that, Rob Cesternino, who was supposed to be on Big Brother 3, ends up changing his own game for Amazon, which then in turn inspires Fair Play, which then in turn, kind of progresses a lot of things. So I feel like, Danielle Reyes is kind of like the birthplace of a lot of big time strategists around the time. And even now.
Yeah, because Big Brother 3 was the last season of its kind. It really just took off in a different direction after that. I mean, you got to think about it. HOH competitions were spinning a wheel in season 2. Good God Almighty, I could do a whole history show. I don't think she's afraid of Boston Rob. I think they're gonna get up there in the turret.
In their cloaks.
In their cloaks. They're going to be in their cloaks at the top of the castle. Okay, whatever.
The dark place.
The dark place. They're going to be in the dark place in their cloaks. I think the hoods are going to come off, and Carolyn's going to do that shot look that she does, And I think there's going to be a stare off for a minute. There's going to be a lot of Bobs and Rob going, I had to get to do it. I had to do it. You know, I had to do this game. It's getting the best of me. Yeah, I got it. I can't do it as good as Tyler does. But I really think there's going to be a minute. I don't think there's going to be a big confrontation because to me, Danielle, you got to pick your battles, man. You really got to hold it. You got to take a grip, especially as women. I think we're just expected to fly off, you know what I mean? And go, I can't believe you did that. What is wrong with, like, we have to reel it in more than men do. I'm just going to say it. I don't care. We are considered more emotional creatures. And I think she's really going to have to kind of choke herself from the inside just to kind of, you know, not say what she really wants to. Ride this out in the dark place and snipe out Rob.
Yeah.
Do it like a sniper. I had to get someone out of sequester the second time I played. And I'm like, I don't mean to brag, but I will, but it was the first All-Stars. But we won't go there. I had to snipe out somebody and nobody would listen to me and nobody would help me out. So I had protection and I used it. And everybody voted for me, I think. They had it. And I threw out the name of the person that I wanted. I said, we got to get rid of this person. No, we're not. And I knew nobody's talking about, oh, they're going to get rid of me because I'm voicing an opinion. Well, I got rid of who I wanted to go and protected myself. And it was a good thing that person went. You got to not let people know what you're doing all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with Survivor. Stop telling everybody you got a hidden immunity. I'm sick of it. Stop
immunity,
it.
Shot, power, immunity without power, power without, safety without power, half an idol, an amulet of an idol.
You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around with you.
Tell everybody everything.
Stop telling everybody. How is this? Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I don't see Ciara and Nikki the way these other people do. I'm not playing the game. I'm not there. I don't get it. Nothing really screams traitor-esque. Nothing. I don't get anything. Am I crazy? What am I? Well, yeah, I have a certificate, but I'm just like, what am I missing here? What am I missing?
I think it's because they are social, but not over the top. They are trying, like socially, they're subtle. So if I'm in the house, and one, if I'm in the house, and two, if I'm someone who is not like very privy to how this game works or hasn't seen the previous seasons, I'm going to think that the quietest people or the people who are the most low key might be traitors. Which, as we know, we've played games, we've seen this show, we're like, there may be someone else, there might be some, and of course, as we're watching, we're yelling at the screen at Bob and Danielle, telling them to stop doing too much. But if you're in the house, some of these lesser privy players might be like, I'm kind of suspicious of them. They're not talking to me, or they're not talking as much, or maybe that's what it is. But I don't know how Ciara got involved in this at all. Nikki, maybe.
I can see Nikki, but
I think so. And that's what I wanted to go back to was, speaking of that was a choice. When they were pleading their case to everybody as to, not die, Jeremy, threw a Hail Mary. Nikki was also, pleading. And Ciara kind of stood out where she didn't really ask them not to, she's like, we're gonna get you, we're gonna find you. And it stood out, and it kind of put her up on a lot of people's radars. And so I do agree with Carolyn that because Carolyn wanted, I listened to an interview with Bob the drag queen, and he said that Danielle wanted Jeremy and Carolyn wanted Nikki, which I feel was the correct choice to kill there, to put, the focus on Ciara, because Jeremy obviously trusted them. And I guess Bob and Rob were like, they weren't too passionate about anybody that was up there. So it just kind of by default went with Danielle's choice because Danielle was the most emphatic about it needed to be Jeremy, which again, that was a choice. But that's what put Ciara up on people's radars ever since.
I also think it proved again Carolyn's right? Because they wanted to put Carolyn in the coffin.
Yeah.
And Carolyn was like, no, that's a bad decision. And two of the biggest names floated around at that, besides the main targets, were the other two in the coffin. So I they need to give Carolyn a little more credit. Like, she's not sane, but she's smart, right?
Yeah.
I totally relate.
She's not sane, but she's smart. And so I feel like, again, that proved we need to listen to Carolyn a little more.
Is there something that screams, what does it say about me if I listen to Carolyn? I kind of get, and I'm not, it just seems like there's nothing wrong with listening to someone like Carolyn. There's nothing wrong to listening to the squeaky wheel. Okay, the squeaky wheel might surprise you. I'm serious.
Allison, I think it goes back to somewhat of a casting issue. And I was talking to my mom about that this week. They put some big names on this cast, and I think they put too many of them. In a season where you're not having Rob and Danielle and Derek and Wes, you're like, oh my gosh, Carolyn, that's a big name. That's a big player. That's a good person in this. But when she's like 10th in line, it decreases her credibility and her value. It decreases her ethos a little bit in this game. And so it's not necessarily that like we're not listening to Carolyn. It's more like if we're going to listen to Carolyn or Rob, if we're going to listen to Carolyn or Danielle, if we're going to listen to Carolyn or Jeremy Collins, we're going to, it's not necessarily that. I just feel like this cast could have been split in half.
Oh, yeah.
We could have had, and it would have been a better season to move forward. Like, how do you top this season, first off, going forward, as far as from a standpoint? And I feel like if we would have done more of that, we would have had more room for some middle ground people and let them rise. Like, where is Britney Haynes? And that's a huge name. But she's hiding behind all of these other people because there's just too many big. But Britney Haynes is an amazing cast. Like, we want Britney Haynes on our TV. But because of how big we've cast this game, we're not getting to see the character that we love of Britney Haynes. So not like a knockoff to casting. It's creating great TV. But I feel like you could have created 2 seasons of great TV out of this cast.
Yes, I agree.
And there's some people that I would have been really fascinated by to see how they're doing. I'll throw out Bob Harper for this because I grew up watching Bob Harper on The Biggest Loser, and I found that really fascinating of watching him on all of those seasons, being this really physical trainer, you know, getting all of these people to lose weight over the years, and then after he has his heart attack,
that hill.
he has his heart attack, and then we get this, you know, physical, which I do think, if I would tweak anything about this, it would be the challenge. I wish it was less physical. I feel like the hardest part of the challenge should have been that the objects were awkward to carry and not it's so heavy. Because there's already a hill. Like, the hill's going to be difficult enough for most people. But I mean, and I can't even imagine like being a athletic person for most of your life and then to look at something that, because looking at Bob on paper, I feel like, oh, he should be fine with this. And then you try to do it, and then like your whole body is like, no. And I can't even imagine like how demoralizing that must have been too. To try to go up that hill.
I think a problem with the challenges so far this season compared to seasons past. In the past, they seem to be an equal play of mental / physical. This year, they seem to have dropped the mental and are going physical / strategic, right? Like leaving people at the buoys, having to pick who gets the shields. I feel like there's more of a strategy play in the challenges that haven't existed in the past. And this is a game that is so much strategy outside of the challenges. I feel like the challenges were our one time to kind of like breathe, right? Kind of like the mole.
Yeah.
The decisions in the challenges can somewhat play as far as the game, but they haven't been as strategic at all times. And so I feel like we need a little less strategy in the challenge and a little more balancing with some mental aspects of it. Like one of my favorite challenges last year was the one that Dr. Will hosted in the cabin in the woods, where there were the leaders and the listeners and the talkers and that kind of stuff. I need more of that type challenge without the rats and the snakes and all
and
the
bugs and that.
Yeah, I don't need that. Wow.
But I feel like it was a great episode. It was a great, like, moving on episode. It was felt setup-y, but still had its own identity in itself. Again, though, that's episode 4, and we still have a lot of cast left. So how do we go up from there? That felt like more of like a mid-season game shift episode, and it was really early. So there's a lot of stuff to play still in the fallout. I do think we're going to have some kind of recruitment still moving forward. I think we'll get at least one more traitor, especially if like Boston Rob falls soon or Danielle falls soon.
I think they're going to add another one. I think they're going to add another one to this mix. You think they won't?
I think one more goes first.
I was about to say, I hope Rob is the one that goes first, and then we can add someone, maybe another lady. Or maybe even Bob Harper would be a great traitor, in my opinion. I think that would be a great like storyline for the entire show for him.
And also, what I want people to realize, take the preview of Danielle coming after Rob with a grain of salt. 2 reasons. One, we saw what happened with the book case. It's not that deep. 2, we're only seeing Danielle go against Rob. When Rob finds out that Danielle's coming for him, there's going to be a whole different gameplay that happens there. Carolyn's best thing to do is just sit back and shut the hell up and let them two go.
I think she will. I think this will be the part where she'll understand, like, okay, mom and dad are fighting. I'm not going to pick a side right now. I'm just going to sit back.
Just be quiet, man. Just be quiet. That's all you got to do.
Because Rob's going to have, I saw this in the comments too. I think this was Mary Duda. Rob's going to have huge influence right now. And Carolyn isn't going to have any. Danielle probably has enemies already. So I don't even know what you do with that. Why is there a mafioso?
Let them eat each other alive.
But Rob also has an Achilles heel, and his name is Wes.
You think? Wait, you don't think? Okay.
Well, you don't think that Wes straight up said after the round table, there's only one way someone would 100% know who a traitor is.
Thank you. Yes.
And that's
But Wes is going to be so political, and he will backstab Rob, I'm sure. But he's not going to strike, and he's not going to let anybody else know that he's going to strike. He's going to sit back, and he's going to wait until someone else takes it.
Here's the problem, though, too. Derek already suspected that one of them was likely going to be a traitor. So after this whole display, and then Wes with that theory, and then if he has, confers with Danielle, and Danielle's like, yeah, I noticed this, and this that, would go against Rob. I just feel like it could easily, and that's why I'm so kind of frustrated with Rob's lack of saving for Jeremy too, because just from a grouping standpoint, I mean, we already saw the whole thing with focusing on the housewives. And so, the survivors were also a relatively large group. And there was the suspicion that like that's why they went after Tony so hard, because they were like, well, it has to be one of you. And so if Tony's gone and then they just straight up murdered Jeremy, the first thing I would be doing is looking at Rob and Carolyn. And I'm certainly not picking Carolyn on instinct. I just feel like it's too much.
Yeah.
Too much,
Aaron,
Rob.
I'm just going to throw this out there, and you can catch it or drop it or toss it somewhere else. How many housewives do you know? Do you know how much trouble we can get into? We stir up more shit than anybody on a reality show. You put a bunch of housewives on Survivor, it's going to turn Yellow Jackets real quick, honey. I'm not kidding. And when they're drunk, oh my land. Listen, I'm telling you, I would be looking at Housewives more than I would be Survivors, just because petty shit goes on, right?
Yeah.
Right? So, but yeah, I mean, but if I had to go beyond that, I would look at the Survivors. I would.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, when I was watching that round table, I'm just like, dude, I get what Rob is doing, and I'm living for it. I'm living for how he's conducting himself and how he's presenting himself. I'm living for it. He's doing it. He's living the dream. He's having an iconic moment right now. However, I feel like it was too soon.
Yeah.
And it screamed to me, if I was sitting there, it's two Goliaths going against each other right now, because Wes nailed it.
Yep.
Rob is a little too confident about what he's saying to Bob, the drag queen. And Bob, the drag queen, looks like he could be saying more, but he can't.
Yep.
And I just want to correct myself from when I was bragging earlier when I was playing Sequester. It actually wasn't me. I forgot. I used my shield on who everyone else was voting for, and then I placed my vote for the person I wanted out. I totally forgot. I was thinking about something else. So that's how I pulled that shit off. Anyway, it's neither here nor there, but it felt pretty fucking good. It feels good to make big moves and do things. Okay. I thought Rob was going to plant the seed in Dylan and have Dylan spread the room. Dylan is not the kind of guy that's going to tell a waiter that you brought me the wrong drink.
Yeah.
I said, Coke. Yeah. This is Diet. I'm just going to drink it.
Because when Dylan tried to say something about Bob Queen before, he was shut down immediately by that 1,000-piece puzzle analogy that Bob Queen gave him. And I'm like,
you're not ready.
Really, Efron? You gonna let a puzzle analogy choke you up?
And I can relate to Dylan actually for this, because I just played Traitors over this weekend. And I had a conversation with a fellow person about a person that turned out to be a traitor, and I was supposed to bring their name up at the round table to accuse them. But then while we were going through the thing, I forgot.
Oh.
because you know, there's a lot of people, you can kind of get distracted with the flow of the conversation. So I can understand while like you have like a name in mind, it might be hard to like just jump in and be like, okay, I know we're talking about this, but Bob the drag queen.
The problem with Boston Rob is there's no plan B or C.
No.
There's a plan A, and he's going to keep going. Like, he had so many red flags where it was abort mission. When Danielle Reyes shut him down, it should have been abort mission. When he gets in the boardroom and names are going everywhere but Bob the drag queen, and Dylan doesn't speak up, it should have been abort mission. But it's Boston Rob. There is no plan B or C. This is in his head. This is what he's going to do. And he doesn't think about the fallout of that. Nope. And this isn't a game like Survivor where numbers and challenges can save you. And that's what he needs to remember. The shield only saves you from a death, and he can't die. So sometimes he needs B plans. He needs more backup and more pivots. Boston Rob doesn't pivot.
No, he doesn't. He is all in. Like, he's great at gambling. Stop.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna get in trouble. I might as well just disappear after I say this. But while Boston Rob was going after Bob Queen, it reminded me of Andrew, because Andrew is very well versed in spoken and debates, and he knows what he's talking about when he's passionate about something. And I felt like, you know, this would be something Andrew would kind of do. But he would, God forbid, do it to someone like me, and we're both traitors, and I am a former debater myself. That round table would have been flipped.
The biggest difference is timing. Yeah. I feel like as that was going, I would have known, yes, this move is there, but we're talking 2 to 3 weeks. We can easily get out Nikki right here, and we can save it a week. The difference between me and Boston Rob, and I know Allison's not going to find this hard to believe, I know when to shut up.
It's true.
And Boston Rob doesn't, right? Like
No,
I
he
can be
does not.
loud and boisterous, but when you shut up as a loud and boisterous person, you still are loud and boisterous. You're just loud and boisterous about things that don't really matter in the world or in the game. So you don't take that target off your back. Boston Rob just doesn't know when to stop. He's like my daughter. He doesn't know when to stop.
No boundary.
There's no boundary. But he's written a book. And how many times has he won?
Who wrote it?
Huh?
I said, who wrote that book?
Did he write the book?
Who wrote that book? He may have given ideas.
I thought Amber might have written it with him.
The Boston Rob rule book? Is that what we're talking about?
The Ramber rule?
The rule book. Oh, he sat somewhere and started talking bullet points.
He wrote 2 books. He's written 2 books: the Boston Rob rule book and Boston Rob's Family Favorites cookbook.
Oh,
you know what this reminds me?
Write no book, Allison.
Here's the thing. You know what this reminds me of the conversation.
Hold on. It says Boston Rob's Family Favorites cookbook by Robert C. Mariano.
Oh.
Why do we need a C? How many Rob Mariani?
You confuse it with another Mariano, you know?
No. That's like me calling myself Allison S. Kelly. How many? Shut up. Why do you do that? Because it's fun. And you will remember me because I said Allison S. Kelly.
Yeah.
This reminds me of a conversation. My grandson, Cloud's 3 years old, and we were FaceTiming earlier. He's been a little sick. And gave me the biggest attitude face while I was talking to him. Look at this annoyed child.
Allison, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh, he doesn't.
He's so annoyed with me because I interrupted a Hot Wheels monster trucks. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Allison, I have to admit something to you.
Oh God, what? Please
I'm going to do something that I thought I would never do.
Oh, hold on. What?
I'm buying a cameo.
Oh, a cameo. I had to think about that. Who is it?
From who?
Who is
it? We have state coming up in March, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we do a big state send-off party on the Monday before, and we invite and we do some of our seasons, all of that. And so I wanted to do something different this year. I'm getting an Abby Lee Miller video. Because my kids compare me to Abby Lee, and they love Dance Moms. They want me to do a pyramid.
Okay. So God.
I'm buying an Abby Lee Miller send-off video for state.
Can I look up Abby Lee Miller real quick and show everybody who you're talking about? Are you going to be in a wheelchair?
She's iconic.
She is my spirit animal. Everyone's replaceable. Like I make her her quotes are my daily life. Like,
all right, hold on. I'm gonna share my screen. Are you ready?
Oh goodness, I'm ready.
What is it?
Ready for this?
How they word stuff. Where is it?
We're not worthy of her presence right now. Like Abby is. Like that's my girl.
Please dress up like this. I will buy the outfit.
So I'm buying an Abby Lee Miller cameo.
That's awesome.
You know, my birthday's February 25th. Do
you want me to get Abby Lee to shout you out in our state send-off video?
Oh my God. Random. That's a choice. Yes.
But yeah, so I'm doing something I said I would never do, and I'm buying a cameo.
You know, I approve this cameo. There are some people who are on cameo that need to leave. Rockstar. Leave.
Oh, Jeff Varner's still on cameo. That's crazy.
Really?
That's crazy.
That's insane.
At the cheap price of $25, you can get someone who outs people on national television.
You know, I remember that moment.
And I loved Jeff coming into that season. Like I was a Jeff stan, and I was so excited to see him back. And then that was a choice.
Oh my God.
Choice, yeah.
It was a choice, and I'm sure he regretted that, okay?
But no, it was a great episode. Where do we go from here? We will see. Any predictions on the death? Who are you killing?
Can I say something real quick?
It's your show.
I've been asked. Mary Duda wants me to name some people that need to quit. I'm just gonna run down real quick. Carol Baskins needs to get the F off Cameo. And why the hell did Joe Exotic get a pardon? I can't. Allison, don't go there. I'm not. We don't have that much time. Mark McGrath. Really? Just a couple of other honorable mentions. Jax Taylor. Who the hell is that? What is he? What is this Vanderpump shit? Did you know that Brad Pitt? Yes, please. I don't know. I have no Charlie. I just can't with some of these people. Give me a break.
Anybody from the Mama June series and the Honey Boo Boo? Like Justin Stroud sells one for $10. You can have a Justin Stroud cameo.
Tori Spelling. Brett Favre. Sorry. God dang it. I do that. Brett Favre, the football player. Dorinda is on there. Valid. Abby Lee Miller is on there. Chris Harrison from The Bachelor. That man still has a cameo.
I feel like it's going to be Sam or Ivar. It should be Derek. It really should be Derek. But I feel like it might be to make it too obvious.
Oh, he's back to the Traitors, not on Cameo anymore. What about Jackson?
I'm spiraling down a rabbit hole right now.
What about Jackson Galaxy from My Cat from Hell charging $150 for a cameo? I think Derek could be a good kill. Again, I would probably, though, at this point, I want to get rid of a Nikki. I want to get rid of somebody that these smaller names that aren't really going to add a lot to throw attention on themselves. I think Gabby would be a great kill.
Yeah, Gabby.
Good, faithful.
I think Nikki has a shield.
Trader for $60.
Oh, I forget who has the shields and stuff.
It's like 10 people. It's just Sam, Robin, Gabby, Ivar, and Derek.
I think Gabby would be a good kill. I think Ivar would be a good kill.
Yeah,
those are probably the two that I would be between.
Yeah.
So, who are we over shielding?
Yes. Absolutely.
Like immunity.
That's a pet peeve of mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over.
I don't like that.
I don't care how much head or whatever they give the heads. It's just
how much
dumb.
head?
You know what?
How much head? They're giving head.
Also, like depending on how things shake out, it could also be really bad for the Traitors because there could be like either one or two or no people that they can kill because everybody else is the shield and they just happen to like lose out at the chat. I mean, it could, just feel like.
Could you imagine a scenario where only Traitors are eligible to be killed?
I would. How? It's like, who are they going to recruit? Can we just say, that will not happen, and I'm going to tell you, and I will tell you why. Because they're protecting people with the shield-a-thon. It's ridiculous. We're going to go down this rabbit, the abyss of the never-ending hidden immunity effing idol, where every gosh damn person on the freaking sitting there in front of Jeff's got a gosh damn idol. No, everybody's got an idol. What are we going to do? Put off Jeff?
Allison, you said hidden. I want to get back to that. I want to get back to we don't know who has the shield.
The shield, right?
Like we did with
so you can mess up.
Yes.
Like they tried to do.
I don't want them to tell who is a traitor and who's not when they leave either.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck these people. You can figure it out at the end. Sorry, Jesus. I'm just saying. Come on, man. Who's gonna get recruited? I'm telling you, they're not gonna get rid of somebody else. They're gonna have 4 traitors. Who is it? Do you think Rob's gonna throw the little nugget Dylan in there? Look, I love Dylan, but Dylan's gonna stab you in the back, but warn you first and apologize the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Does that hurt? Does that hurt?
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Bless his heart. Who would you recruit?
Right now, I would consider recruiting a Peter, a Gabby.
Bob wants to play.
I don't know.
What about Ascari? What about Mr. Britney Spears? What about Sam?
Absolutely.
What is he doing? Can somebody explain that to me?
We can't tell because there's so many big people.
We can't say anything about Britney.
Oh yeah, you
So
can't
that's
say
the only
You
thing.
can't even talk about which way she hangs the toilet paper, over or under. That's all I want to know, Sam. You can't even tell me that. I need to
Nope.
see this divorce decree.
I mean, he's very aesthetically pleasing.
He is nice to look at. I don't need him to speak. I would accuse him of being a traitor. Come on, why not? Why
Yeah.
not?
That would be a very interesting trailer.
Tom Sandoval, what does he do? Can we talk about the pit sweat on this guy in breakfast?
It's so
That
bad.
was
Did
great. And also his actions during the challenge where he just straight up
I don't know what they were
carried
doing. He took his jacket off. No, I swear to God, it was in breakfast. He was standing behind the women, and he took his jacket off, and he had the biggest pit stain. I'm like, you just came down some stairs. You're not Bob H. You didn't just have heart surgery. Why are you sweating? Traitor? Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, it's true, B. Bean. I am trying to replace Fessy with Sam Asghari because Sam is on his way to the next Big Brother celebrity. It's happening. It's happening. Why not?
Oh, I could see that. I could see it.
He is detoxing from pickleball. You know, hey, somebody needs to explain pickleball to me, but that's a whole other show. I still don't get it. I don't even get cornhole either. There's just some things I don't get. Oh, Josh Martinez is on. Stop it.
Okay, and that was my weekly meltdown before we go down a cameo rabbit hole.
I'll be on that rabbit hole. I swear to God, y'all are going to have a list in the middle. It'll be 3:00 in the morning, and I'm going to have a list.
I feel like that's an episode we can do, Allison. We can be ranking cameo values.
Oh.
Can I do a cameo and just throw it out there for $100 and see if anyone will bite it?
Somebody would do it.
I don't think so. My mom might. Anyway, yeah. So any shows before we wrap up? Is there any I'm
a little behind on, like, there's some things I needed to watch today, but I'm also a very avid reader. And I also love teen and all of that. Like, you gotta remember, I grew up with two sisters and a single mom, so like the Twilights and all of that were big things for me. And so I'm on the Empyrean series, and Onyx Storm came out today. And so I'm down the Onyx Storm trap rabbit hole today.
I thought maybe you were going to tell me you were reading Sweet Valley High Twins Have Twins. You might get that if you're in your mid-30s. I don't know.
No, I'm in the Empyrean series. I'm in the world of dragons right now.
Okay. I am kind of all over the board with catching up on my shows. I watched.
Did you ever watch The Pit like I told you to?
No, but I have it saved, and I look at it every time I'm in my.
So good. So good. Did you ever, Allison? Did you watch High Potential?
I've seen it on Hulu, but I haven't watched it yet.
No, you will love High Potential. You need to go. That's your homework.
Is watching High Potential. But it's going to tear me away from Get Gotti. I need you to watch episode. I'm watching.
On what?
I'm watching Get Gotti on Netflix.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay, it's about John Gotti and how he was captured. But I went down this rabbit hole only because I was watching another Netflix show, and there was the bull, the bull, who was John Gotti's. He was second in command. He's the guy who turned on John Gotti. Well, there's a whole rabbit hole. I don't know if anybody remembers, and this is something that would come up in trivia, and I would win $1 billion. MTV desperately tried to tap the well of Mafia series in 2018 and 19 and revisited it in 2020. They kept taking the same show and relabeling it and renaming it. Hold on. Bear with me for 2 seconds and look this up. MTV's canceled Mafia shows. Here we go. Families of the Mafia, Made in Staten Island. These shows were about the grandchildren of former mafia boss, people who were like killed. They're in prison. And one of the guys that got out, let's see, I'm telling you, this is interesting. You'll be in this rabbit hole with me. John Gotti, the Bull. Who's the Bull? Sammy the Bull. That's who it is. Okay. Sammy the Bull. Hold on. Let me get this guy. The informant. Sammy the Bull had his grandchildren were on the 3 different variations of this mafia show that was on. You can't even find these shows to watch. They're gone. They're like erased from existence. I need to do a show about this. But what was it? Sammy the Bull Gravano and his grandchildren, his daughter, and they did these shows. Well, then they turn around and they do a Netflix series listen, I'm going somewhere with that. I wasn't prepared. I apologize. This I will get to a point in this circle eventually. Andrew, I can't see you right now, but I can feel you. Yes.
The way she's feverishly typing over this keyboard.
Yes, there's a Netflix series. God dang it. There's a show on Netflix drops the series detailing. Okay, no. Oh God. Hold on. Please don't leave me. We're going.
Yeah, I'm about to be going.
Yeah, we are. I'm sorry, guys. This is very interesting to me. And Mob Mentality, Sammy the Bull is the series available. You can stream it on Roku, but there is a Netflix series that just came out about the Sons of Ecstasy is what it's called. And it is about how when Sammy the Bull ratted out John Gotti, he was in witness protection, okay? And they sent him to Phoenix, Arizona. I wonder if he lived next to Kimberly. I got to ask him. But he was in Phoenix, Arizona. His family, they moved his family there first. No, they moved him there first. Anyway, that's stupid. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. They all ended up in Nevada. Okay? In Nevada and Arizona. His son got into ecstasy. He ends up running a mob-like ecstasy deal, and his rival is some Irish dude he's in raves. It's on Max. It's called The Son of Ecstasy. This is all over the gosh damn place. This is great. It's like an 1.5 hour long documentary. Watch it. But what led me down that hole was I totally forgot that this guy's grandchildren were on 3 different debunked MTV series that were completely erased from existence. And I went in, I looked at John Gotti, I looked up John Gotti, Netflix, and now I'm watching this whole thing on John Gotti on Netflix. I'm in the mob now. I'm in the mob. My mob name is Allison DJ Skittles. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm all over this place like a rainbow when it comes to music. I mean, like it's like a time machine. There's no decade I'm not in. My husband says I'm like Skittles. I don't know what flavor I'm going to get when I reach in the bag. I'm going on and on about nothing. Anyway, guys. Yes, Matt. 6 people watched those shows, and I was one of them. It might have been me 6 times. I'm obsessed with the mob. I'm obsessed. I love I can quote Goodfellas. Don't get me started. Anyway, so guys, check that out. Sons of Ecstasy on, I think it's Netflix, and then, or no, it's not. It's on Max, and then John Gotti, Get Gotti on Netflix. Anyway, Jackie, what are you watching real quick?
Beast Game. We're finally coming down to like a normal amount of players. We're at like 60 or something.
The normal amount is 60.
What does it start with?
1,000.
Start with 1,000 people.
You're playing this game?
No, I'm watching it, girl.
What is it called?
It's Beast Game.
Beast Game?
It's on Amazon Prime.
It's Mr. Beast Squid Game. It's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. Oh, Beast Game.
Yeah.
We talked about this last week. I knew there was something else I need to look at. Okay.
It's good. I mean, it's nothing that's amazing, but it's good.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing when I watched Craven the Hunter. I wish there was a way to get $30 back. Holy crap. Even Aaron Taylor Johnson. Listen, I love looking at some Aaron Taylor Johnson. My God, thank you, Lord. But this movie was so bad. I was laughing I haven't laughed this hard since I was in a DC movie. I mean, this is Marvel. What is happening now? We're turning into DC people. Stop it.
It's Sony. It's Sony Marvel. Don't put it in the MCU.
It's Sony. Okay, but it's a Marvel with it was so shitty. It took 2 years to come out that they pawned it off on Sony. There's a whole freaking
No, it was always on Sony.
Shake-up. It's a shake-up because Russell Crowe had no business. One of my favorite freaking actors, the Gladiator himself.
Second, Nicolas Cage will always be one.
Yes, but Nicolas Cage wouldn't even Russell Crowe had no business being in Craven the Hunter. It was so bad. It was Christopher Abbott, great actor. He's in the new Wolfman movie, which if you have not seen Wolfman, go see it.
I don't do horror.
Oh, it's so good. My husband and I saw it. It's good. Different spin, and I'm there for it. It was awesome. Anyway, like I'm saying, there's some great actors. He got no time. It was just all over the place. Stupid. Why? I can't. I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I bought it.
I approve Jackie B. Beast Games. It's good. Yes. I could do without the cliffhangers. Like, I don't need the cliffhangers at the end, but I think it's good.
But it's good, yeah. What you watching, Aaron?
Aaron, what you on?
Oh, goodness. I've just been watching Dondi and Traitors.
Oh, good for you.
No Deal Island's on right now.
It is.
It is.
I'm going to watch it after this, so.
I had it on in the background. I forgot and had to turn it off. I was getting spoils.
I have one more day of no school for snow for sure, so I'll probably be. I'm about.
I'm gonna go watch it on Peacock.
On Storm, so I'll try to get Dundee done. I'll try to get that done, and because this weekend's gonna be crazy for me, so I'll try to get as much caught up as I can before Friday and Saturday.
Mary Doodah wants to know if you are gonna review. You guys want to do a Beast Games? Let me know.
I feel like that would be when the season over, we could do the whole season.
Yeah, we'll do a recap.
There's literally only like 5 people in the season right now that I know or care about.
There's no character development except I love that the brothers went home this week because they were the spawns of Satan.
What character development I can talk about is anybody who stood up on the platform and did not hit for $1 million, they should win the entire thing.
They should have gone the next episode, and one of them did. It's Beast Games.
One of them did.
Oh, I was excited to watch it. Okay, is it still worth watching?
It is.
It's good. It's good.
I put myself in a lot of those positions, and I'm like, I wouldn't have made it nearly as far in the game as most of those people. Because Jimmy gives bribes. He's like, "Hey, do you want to quit? Here's $100,000. Bye." Like, what?
You don't have to. You can't look at it as a season long. It's very episodic.
Yes, it is.
Because you're not going to get character development. And when you do get character development, that person goes home. Like Jesus went home this week. You know who I'm talking about, Jackie. Jesus played.
Am I still here?
Jesus played Beast.
I'm also here.
Jesus was one of the people that like Jimmy and the editing, the post-production people have done a really good job at kind of setting us up, but you don't get true character development. Like, they give you names, but they're numbers, and we're talking like, you got 887 or 972 who's still here. That's a lot of people.
It's very episodic.
Yeah. Now that we're down to 60 people, I think we'll actually be able to start to learn and know a lot of people.
Okay.
I gotta see this.
This week they actually are supposed to be able to throw their allies under a train. Like, there's actually supposed to be able. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No. What?
I really gotta see.
And
this.
just I know the way that Mr. Beast likes to edit, or his approach to reality TV is very weird. Like, he's not a confessional person, from what I've heard. He's more of like a in the action.
Yeah,
them talking at it kind of thing.
Because you can't
so the editing is very weird.
Sit down.
Yeah.
on a couch and give you their honest opinion. That's a lot of people.
It's all of his YouTube videos mashed into a game show.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
It really is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I need to hire someone because I don't know if I can do this. Speaking of YouTube videos, I need to hire someone that I can pay in Bath and Body Works gift cards to edit together a 10-year anniversary of my weekly meltdown, and they would have to go through videos that I've got. And I'm just thinking out loud why. I don't know. But hey, myweeklymeltdown@gmail.com. If you are versed in that, let me know.
And you like Bath and Body Works.
And you like Bath and Body Works.
I'm willing to sacrifice 2 Christmas gift cards.
Just 2?
$125 with your name on it. Well, Bath and Body Works, but you know you want.
Hold on, Allison. Let me show you. So my wife also got Bath and Body Works gift cards. Let me show you what she bought. Hold on, I'll be.
Oh my God! Did she hit up the Valentine's collection? I'm on the fence. I don't know about these sweetheart candles.
I don't know about them. I had an order that I placed with my gift card, and it was returned today because it was damaged. So
you know
I don't
what?
get my stuff.
I've had that happen, and it sucks.
This is the first time, so we'll see.
I've had to take. Sometimes I save the jars and use them for other things, and I actually had a candle arrive broken, and I got the whole thing out and put it in the other one of my empty. That's what I do. I problem solve.
Let me
What did you get?
Let me start with my wife is a purse connoisseur, but she likes the oddball purses. So, like for Christmas, I got her the purse that looks like the Jack in the Box taco.
Oh, it's a taco. That's
interesting.
That's a purse a woman wants to carry around.
She has one that looks like a toaster. That wasn't from that. So when she went and got.
Oh
yes!
Wow!
I like that candle. It's very strong.
I love that.
I can
It's
do
a
Bath
purse.
and Body Work videos. I swear to God.
It's a
That's pretty
purse.
good.
It's not a candle.
I know, but that
the
line
candle smells really strong. I'll get it this weekend then.
Yeah.
But so that's she took her gift cards and got the Sweetheart's purse.
Okay.
When we go on cruises, she has one that looks like a beach ball. She's got one that looks like a toaster, and the Pop-Tart's the wallet.
He gets the
Yeah.
This is now my ADD is kicked in, and all I can see in my mind is the new food truck down the street. And I shit you not, I will get a picture of it called the Sexy Taco. And my husband and I cannot stop laughing.
Is my picture on the side?
It's in the Chili's back parking lot. Is your picture? I'll look. I can put your picture. I can Photoshop it.
I feel like the Sexy Taco is like could be my stripper name.
There's the pink taco. There's all kind of tacos. And I'm like, I
made taco soup today and it was amazing. Sorry, I digress. That was my liquid meltdown, people.
I also I'm not gonna be able to recover from that, but I'm desperately trying because I have so many things I want to say right now that are dirty, but I can't. I'm gonna give a shout out to an honorable mention Netflix show called Later Daters.
Yes. Oh, I watched the whole thing. That was
Have you watched it? I have not, but the lady at my doctor's office could not stop talking about it.
It was
so I told her I'd give it a shout out.
Taters?
It's people.
Yes, Andrew. Since you made me watch MILF Mansion, watch Later Daters.
You made me watch that.
No, that's forgivable because I tried to get on that train too.
No, but that was not. No, Jackie B is the one that made. No. Why is she?
Watch the footage.
I had never seen it. You were the one that told me about that show. I told you about something else.
Something else, equally as grotesque.
But you were the one that did MILF, man. No, that was you.
Later Daters was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It gave a totally different perspective of what life looks like for daters who are not.
It's got to be real because I can't handle the Golden Bachelorette stuff.
No,
I love both the Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette.
It's killing me though.
And JB, let the record show it's Mary saying to watch DILF Mansion. It's better, not me.
Mary Duda, is there a DILF?
There is a DILF.
What is
a DILF Manor? Why?
Get on a reality TV show to save my gosh dang life. And we've got a DILF mansion?
We're too normal. We have to figure out a way to not be normal. Even Angela made it.
For the love of DILFs. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to. I wanted to see it. I was curious about it. It's gay.
We got to figure it out, Allison. We got to audition together. That's what we got to do. We got to let people know we are not normal, so we could be on these shows.
I got a certificate from 2000 and I won't even go there. 2011 September. I went on a staycation, a mental staycation, and I got a certificate. Is that what I got to do? Safety pin it to my shirt like a child getting on a bus with their homework. Don't forget your homework, or I'm going to pin it on your shirt.
He wears a lanyard now. Thank you very much.
Huh?
He wears a lanyard now. Thank you very much.
My teacher used to safety pin stuff to my shirt in first grade because I have ADD. Really? Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week for episode 5. And
yeah.
The love of DILF.
For the love of DILFs. Yeah.
For the love of DILF. And that's dads I'd like to fornicate.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with episode 5.
I quit. I can't anymore. I
Bye,
can't.
Mary.
I can't do this anymore.
Thank you for
I even hesitate to put my damn cats on YouTube anymore because they'll get a show before I do.
They will.
Allison, end the show because didn't you want to see Aaron's colon?
Oh yeah, I want to see Aaron's colon. Please subscribe. Thank you. You know the drill. It's in the body. Bye.
Bye.